So we got Mario 35. If you don't know what this is, it's, I guess Mario's 35 years old, which means he's, what, a year younger than me, which seems appropriate somehow. So this is just Mario 1, and it plays like Mario 1, like the physics are very not modern, so, but it's like a survival, so you just stay alive for as long as you can. And I've been like back and forth trying to decide, like, is this a good game or not? And I don't really know the answer, but I know that, like, I'll play it after work, and it's just like nice because you don't have to think about it too much because it's just Mario. It's really familiar, and I've been playing this game my entire life, and I can do it like kind of with my eyes closed. So it's like, you know, you can sit and flip through YouTube, or you can do this, and I guess this is slightly more interactive. Anyway, it's actually based off of, well, Nintendo says it's not. Nintendo says they were developing this game way before this other thing existed, but there was an online game that, you know, totally was illegal. It was called Mario Royale, where it's like 100 Marios in an old school Mario. And you were just trying to be the last one alive, and then, yeah, Nintendo's like, oh, we had that idea and we're developing it at the same time, which maybe they were, I don't know. But that's it, you play Mario and you try not to die. And, like, in Mario Royale, you could actually see all of the other Marios. They have taken, well, not taken that option out, but that option is not here. However, as you can see, like, when you kill an enemy, it sends it over to some random person, or you can send it to, like, whoever's attacking you, or whoever has the most coins, or blah, blah, blah. That's, like, it. I mean, you just play Mario and try not to die. Which, not doing that well at. Each time you kill an enemy, you get, like, extra time, because you can also run out of time. And if you, like, step on, you know, a bunch of their heads, like, back and forth, pop, 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 like this, it gives you more time. Coins are actually useful in this game, which is, you know, something that's kind of cool, because rarely are they. So if you're about to die, you can spend 20 coins, like I just did, to get a power-up. POW will, you know, kill everybody on the screen, or you can get, like, a mushroom or whatever. Anyway, that's it. Like, that's the game. You end up playing a lot of World 1-1. And the idea is just, like, stay alive, don't die. And if you get a power-up when you already have it, it gives you extra time. That's it. But it's real, like, simple and straightforward, and I can't do anything about that Bowser. So do I just take a hit? Let's play roulette. Alright. We're gonna take the hit. 1-ups, since there's no lives, they just give you extra coins. It's pretty brainless, which again is why I'm, like, trying to figure out if this is actually a good game or not. I don't know. It's something to do. But also, like, and I know it's harder maybe for... I'm typically not big into nostalgia, like, I don't care. But this game was such a big part of, like, my childhood and everything that there's certainly... Yeah, there's certainly, you know, something about it that resonates with me. I guess always has. Oi, come on now. And of course there's a Bowser right when I lose my firepower. So anyway, like, the reason they're all there is because other people are beating them and sending them, you know, over to me. Oh, we're 7. So this game is, like, nowhere near as hard to win as Tetris 99, which, if you've ever played that, like, you're basically trying to beat 100 other people at Tetris, and it's extremely difficult because, you know, people are, like, good at Tetris. But 35 is a lot easier to beat than 100. And apparently a lot of people who play Mario aren't necessarily great at it. So it just basically takes you to random levels. I really don't actually understand. You get to pick a level at the beginning, like a level you want to go to. Boy. but from what I can see, it's just random whether it actually comes up or not. So you end up playing World 1-1 like 25,000 times each match. Anyway, like I was saying, and I know, you know, this is not unique to me. This is like pretty much anyone my age. I'm sure this was a huge part of their childhood, or at least, you know, if you were into video games, which I remember going to like friends of friends' houses and they had Atari, and it just, I don't know, fascinated me. Like, it's so cool that you could like, there's the little dude on the screen and you control him. And I mean, sure, he looks, you know, pixely and stuff, but like the idea of, you know, I guess video games are such a big part of our culture these days that it, you know, the magic's kind of gone maybe, but like the concept that that little dude will do what I tell him to was mind-blowing to me as, you know, a 4 or 5-year-old child or whatever. And here we are, 1-1 again, baby. And I'm getting hit by turtles. So the game does have an interesting flow, because there's definitely like a beginning, middle, and end game. Like right now, we're definitely in the end game. Like most of the people who are here, you know how to play Mario, so it becomes this like battle of attrition, or is that what that's called? Where you're just trying to basically outlast the other person. And coins become incredibly important, because sometimes you just get like thousands of enemies thrown at you. Again, it's not like a complicated game, and I'm not even sure if it's a good game, and I'm not even sure if it's a fun game. But I'm playing it. Timer maxes out at 400, so there's a certain point at which just like it doesn't matter. So I really should probably be trying to get coins more than anything else. Oi! Oh, can't go backward, missed the power up. Out of luck. Smart. Oh wow, 1-2. You see a lot of 1-2 as well. I mean, it's interesting, I guess, that, you know, all this other random stuff's being thrown at you, but... I have a feeling that the market for this game is, like, probably exactly, you know, my demographic, just people who grew up with it, and, like... Like, I wonder, I've seen a couple streamers that I watch, like, play this game, and it seems like it's like a novelty. Like, you'll mess with it here and there, but I don't think anyone's, like, serious about this game. And it seems like Nintendo really isn't either. Like, it's gonna be around until Mario's birthday year is over, and then they're like, that game is then going away forever. Which, is anyone, you know what I mean? Is anyone really gonna miss it? Probably not. So it's just, yeah, it's like a cute little, a little love letter to Mario, and then it'll go away, and that will be fine. Ooh, a different level. Fish time. How many people are left? Ooh, 3! We made the top 3! That's cool, I guess. Mm-hmm. One. Who would have thought? Timer is just rolling now. So at some point, I think the timer just gets so fast that basically you have to either be constantly killing enemies or you die, because, like, I guess it's, you know, like any battle royale, like the storm closes in or whatever. So the timer is the version of that in this game. I think like I've gotten first place once or twice. Oh, I'm second right now. And even when you win, you're like, you're like, okay, I did that. But it's something to do. Also, if I get first, I'm like quitting. I ain't playing again. Because why would you? Like, that's all there is to do. There's a mode called Special Battle, which is more interesting because it like takes you through a set like course of different levels. Which is cool because it's not just 1-1 and 1-2 all over again. I think the reason it's set that way is I think when you choose at the very beginning, it lets you choose a level, and I think like everyone gets a vote. And I think most people just sonic through it and hit 1-1. So I think that's why 1-1 and 1-2 come up so much, but I don't really know. I don't really know how it works. Probably got enough coins. Maybe I should worry about time. But I don't know. This game, like, it made such a huge impact on me. Like the box art, I would take like the instruction books and just sit there and look at them because I really liked the like cartoon art. And like the fact that, like, you know, this pixel art doesn't super look like, at least on Mario 3, like the cartoon. So you have to like use your imagination a little bit. It's like a facsimile. And that's a thing that's just like not a thing anymore. Like these days, you know, video games look exactly like what they're supposed to look like. So I feel like that like kind of level of oh, I needed him. That level of imagination is kind of it's not necessarily required to play a video game anymore, and it like absolutely used to be. But like I remember the book for Mario 1, it had like the pixel art in there, and I would get graph paper. And I would just sit there and like draw the characters, like draw the Goombas pixel by pixel on graph paper because they were awesome. And like I honestly think this was a big part of like me getting into art, was the whole video game thing. Honestly, no, Mario, do better. That's the other thing, do better, right? Because like that's what I won. I won. So that's it. That's literally that's all this game has to offer, is exactly what you just saw. That's it. There's nothing more to do. You could level up your coins, but those do nothing. You could level up your character level, but that does nothing. Functionally, the game is over. I just beat this game. And I mean, you know, you can play it again. Oh, I got Turtle. I got Paraturtle. All right, we'll do it again. I'll do it again until I die. How about that? But what was I talking about? I think you only get a new level when you clear that level. So like, I haven't cleared 5-4. So if I select 5-4, and again, this is the same level I picked last time, so it shows like I want 5-4. I don't know how it picks what levels you go to. You know, that you could control him. That's just mind-blowing, and it's like, it's interesting because you're in complete control. And because Mario has really good controls, and even back in the day did, every single mistake you make is your own. It's never cheap. Plenty of video games, that might not be true anymore, but back in the day, there were plenty of video games that were just garbage. And like, it's not that the game was hard, or it's not that the game was challenging, I should say, but it's like you're fighting the controls instead of like, you know, having to have a certain skill level. But I feel like from day one, like Mario, from this game, or the original Super Mario Brothers, it was about skill. Like, if you died, it was your fault. You never felt ripped off. Which is, like, cool because... And this sounds like a weird thing to say, but, like... I feel like there's, like, an educational component to that, you know? That's why it's fun. That's why it's challenging, is because every single time you didn't win, every time you lost, like, it was your fault. You know what I mean? It wasn't the game's fault. It was your fault. You had complete and utter control. And once you understood the mechanics, again, it's just, that's it. It's you in the game. And that was so, at least for me at the time, as you know, you can say that about anything. You can say that about sports, about ping pong, you know, whatever. But it was so interesting that in addition to, you know, it being like that, oops. In addition to it being like, oh, all right, we're about to die right now, aren't we? You went the wrong way, turtle. But it's like a learning thing. You're like, I know I can do this, and that's why I want to play it again. You know what I mean? And in addition, like, the mechanics are just fun. Like, Sonic was always that way, too. Like, you beat the game 10,000 times, why are you playing it again? Because it's, like, a pleasure to play. Like, it's fun to control this. I would imagine in a similar way that it's, like, oh, you've been skiing 10,000 times, why do you want to go skiing? Well, because it's fun to, like, do that action, to control it. Or, like, you've been on, you know, Griffin at Busch Gardens however many times, why do you want to go again? Because it's fun. Like, it's a fun experience. And obviously not everyone, you know, who plays video games feels that way. But I think most people who put the time in to learn how to control the mechanic typically find it to be fun. And I think that's why video games have gone, you know, when I was a kid, it was like if you played video games, like you were a loser. But now it's like kind of this worldwide, very well accepted pastime because there's something there. Like, it's fun to do. Ooh. Also, I still believe, like, video game music has influenced me probably more so than any type of pop or classical or radio music. Died. And you know what? It was my fault too. I was like eking out every last little second of being a ghost. Nah, you don't get to do that. I'll do one more. Maybe I'll get to play 5-4 this time. We'll see. But man, video game music, because, right? What do you have? 4 little tracks on 4 possible, like, what's the word? Timbre. There's 4 timbres you can have on an NES. That's it. So you have 4 instruments. What can you do? So it forces you to, you know, make compelling melodies and stuff. And don't get me wrong, a lot of, like, video game music was garbage. Especially back on NES days when everything was the Wild West. But some of the stuff, you know, some of those tunes are like, I mean, come on, like this song right here, maybe it gets in your head, maybe it annoys you, but it's like a timeless piece of music. And there's a couple components to that. Number one is, well, you heard it 40, I'm sure everyone in my home heard this song, you know, way more than they ever wanted to growing up. So sure, sheer exposure. I mean, you could listen to probably anything, and if you hear it enough times, you'll dig it. Some of these melodies, man, like, I think this is actually just a very good melody as well. Mega Man had some of the, to this day, like, some of my favorite sequences of notes. I don't know another, like, what's the word for that? Melody, I guess, right? Also, I think, you know, it's apples and oranges, I'm sure, but if you compare it to, like, traditional music, well, you can't have lyrics, so you're really not going to be able to just write the same 4-chord song over and over and over again. Like, it's gonna need to have a strong melody to be memorable. And to this day, I think some of these old tunes on the original NES are some of the most memorable, like, melodies that I can immediately think of. I ain't getting the Fire Flower. Never mind. So do I get to, like, play World 5-4? Doesn't look like it, does it? Looks like I get to do a whole lot of 1-1 and 1-2. So like I said, it's like, you tell me, is this game good? Like, the original Super Mario Brothers is very good for what it was at the time, but is this good? Is The Simpsons good? That's one of my favorite questions. Is The Simpsons good? It was very incredible for a while, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was. But like, taken as a whole. Simpsons, good or bad? Weezer, good or bad? Where am I going? I'm just wasting time. Let's go to... look at these choices! Horrible. I'll go to 1-3. Even though I hate this level, because at least it's different. That was cool. Little combo. I probably should have taken a hit right there, but whatever. And, oh man. Like, I was trying to figure out... I was trying to trace back, like, kind of learning the different parts of music. Like, I distinctively remember... like, before I even, like, probably knew the word harmony, like, understanding that there's two different things happening right now, and, like, one is the bass line, and one is the, like, you know, you hear a song 20,000 times in a row, like, it becomes so familiar that without even trying to, you start pulling it apart. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like, so you go, oh, that bass line's, like, kind of doing this thing that, like, kind of complements the main song that everybody would naturally hum. And you start to hear these things, and then you're like, oh, man. You're, like, a little bit learning how music works without even realizing it. Just due to sheer exposure. Because, I mean, that's how, you know, you learn how everything works. Also, like... you're probably getting a sense because I'm talking about all this stuff. I'm not like super thinking about playing this game. And that's kind of nice. Sometimes you get off work and you're like, I don't want to sit and flip through Netflix or YouTube and find something to watch. Someone else make the choice for me. You go, okay, well, I'll plug in Mario and then I can, you know, I don't have to think very much about playing it. So maybe my brain can, like, relax for a second. Oh, it happened again! That was cool. And not cool. Or, like, in Mario 2, man, I'll never forget when I discovered this. I was renting Mario 2 from Belo, because they used to rent video games. And if you got, like, an A on your report card, you got a free rental. So I never owned Mario 2 as a kid. The one where you, like, throw onions and stuff. The Japanese Doki Doki Panic. Mario USA, whatever you want to call it. But, like, I'll never forget pausing that game and, like... And it took a while, because, I mean, it happens the first time you pause it, but you don't, like, realize it. And then, like, slowly realizing, like, whoa, dude, when you pause Mario 2, the percussion, like, the drum and the bass hang out, but the melody goes away. And so it's like you really get to focus on just that part, because it actually eliminates that part from what's playing. Which is, I mean, the only analogous thing I can think of is, like, when I realize... Like, I think I had one headphone in at some point. I was listening to Hot Water Music, and I realized, like, oh my goodness. That's just one of the two, like, there's two people playing guitar, and it always just sounds like a bunch of guitar. And then, like, oh, one of the guitars is in the left headphone, and one of the guitars is in the right headphone. And then I just started listening to every band, like, I could think of with one headphone in, and then listen to the same song again with the other headphone in, and hear the two different parts that are played, because that's normally, like, how music is separated. And even if it's not hard left and right, certain things will be more prominent, but just, like, never realizing that, because, you know, nobody, like, tells you that. And I mean, with Hot Water, especially on their early records, and I mean, lots of, this is not, I'm just sharing my experience here, lots of people do this, but it was like, it was panned hard left and right. So, like, there's the beginning of one of the songs, like, if you have a headphone in, like, there's a guitar playing and the guy starts singing, and if you have just the one headphone in, it's just the guy singing with no guitar, and you're like, what? I never heard that before, you know? How did I get on that? Oh. Why did I not get all the rest of those coins? Oh, I'm in 7th. But the, in Mario 2, man, you hit pause, and the melody and accompaniment drops out, and it's just, like, the percussion and the bass line. And then you're like, oh, dog. Like, I'm hearing like this boom, ba-doom, boom, boom, ba-doom, boom, boom. And you're like, 5-4! Maybe I'll actually like get something if I survive this. Now I'm gonna die. Guaranteed. Ooh, great start. Alright. Right? That's the stopping point. It's time to stop. Anyway. That was not on purpose. That was an accident. Anyway, it's pretty cool to learn how music works and learn how art works in pixels. And like all of that relates back to Mario in my life experience. How interesting is that? I don't know. Probably not at all. Probably not at all. But to me it is. Anyway, that's the game called Mario 35. You saw the whole thing, basically, so. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. We're gonna play more games on this channel. We're gonna do some other things on this channel, probably. Yeah, I'm sure Colt and I will be back playing Dragon Ball soon. Just liking. That's it. Bye.
Sorry for watching. Please like and subscribe to watch it some more.